I have created a detailed fitness goal for myself and also a fitness plan to go along with that. So for my fitness goal, the first thing, if anybody wants to create a fitness goal and then a plan, the first thing you should do is outline your goal. And the most detailed way to do this is by using the SMART format, which is shown below, and I go into more detail about it in a second. And also answering a few other questions that are important to know about your goal before kind of creating a fitness plan to go along with it. So the SMART acronym stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And then there are, like I mentioned, a couple other questions that you want to answer. So first are your personal needs. So what will you need to execute your plan? Are there any restrictions, etc.? For my personal plan, I will only really need to use my body weight. Eventually, some basic equipment like tension bands and dumbbells could be included, but for the most part, just myself. And while the plan only includes me, it will be nice to have the support of those around me, and I do recommend that for anybody that wants to just create a fitness goal. Sharing that goal with other people will help keep you accountable and just motivate you. And my main restriction is just making sure that I take at least 1 to 2 rest days a week, just so I don't overwork myself, and to make sure that I eat enough and eat well to avoid falling into some unhealthy habits, and just to avoid relapsing with my eating disorder. So for the specific aspect of it, what do you want to accomplish? Who will be a part of it? Why do you want to do this? And when will this be done? So basically answering those W questions. My personal goal is to run 5K and to be able to run the entire time without stopping to walk or to rest. Like I mentioned, I am the only person that's a part of this goal, and I want to accomplish it so that I can be more active and perform in charity runs with my friends, which is something that a couple of my friends like to do, and I want to be able to join them and not be afraid that I won't be able to keep up and will not be able to do it with them. I will hopefully be able to complete this goal in 2 months or less, and I can work on it in my own backyard, in my own neighborhood, and just in my own home. So I don't need to necessarily go anywhere else to work on it. And I want to accomplish this goal to prove to myself that I can stick to a fitness plan and be healthier. The M in SMART stands for measurable. So how can you measure your progress, and how do you know if you've reached your goal? My goal is completing a 5K and not necessarily worrying about how long it takes me to run it right now, so I can measure my goal and my progress using distance. 5K is 3.1 miles, so I can work my way up to that distance in intervals of half a mile. So every week I will try to add another half mile to my runs and be able to run the entire time. And I will know when my goal is accomplished when I successfully complete those 3.1 miles. And I can track that using my phone and or my heart rate monitor, because they record distance and a lot of other information that will help me reach my goal. The A stands for achievable. So do you have the skills required to achieve the goal? And if not, can you obtain them? What is your motivation, and is the effort required worth it? So while I can't run a 5K right now, I can run. It's a skill that I already have. The only limitation is my cardiovascular endurance, which I will be working on with my fitness plan. And I'm motivated by a desire to just become more fit and to lose weight. Running is something that I really enjoy, but I can't ever seem to do it for more than 15 minutes, so I want to work on that. And the effort it takes to reach this goal is 100% worth it to me, because the training required is enjoyable. The exercises I've come up with and running in general are enjoyable to me, and the physical and mental results in the end will be incredibly rewarding. And then the R in the SMART acronym stands for relevant. So why are you setting this goal now, and is it aligned with overall objectives? I am setting this goal now because the summer, we're kind of halfway through with the summer, and I have exercised the entire summer, but I'm afraid that I will stop working out once the school year begins. So I want to come up with this goal that will go into the fall so I continue to work out even into the school year and continue with my fitness routine. And this goal does align with overall objectives because it aligns with my interest in running and my overarching goal of losing weight and just being more active in general. And I also really like this goal because it's amenable, so I can change the goal really easily. So once I accomplish the 5K, I can say, hey, I want to accomplish a 5K in this many minutes. Or I can also say, I want to accomplish a 10K now. The last letter in SMART, T, stands for time bound. So what's the deadline and is it realistic? My deadline for my goal is 7 weeks. So my plan is to run an additional half mile by the end of every week. So I should be able to run 3 full miles by the end of the 6th week. And I gave myself another week to run the extra 0.1 miles and just to give myself some wiggle room, some room for error in case I don't meet all the weekly deadlines in time. Lastly is tracking progress. So how will you keep track of progress? How often will you test your progress? I will keep track of my progress using my heart rate monitor and my phone, so my devices, since both record distances. And my progress will be tested at the end of each week to see if I can successfully run that extra half mile each week. And by testing it every week, it allows me to change my goal if I really need to, if I repeatedly don't meet the progress that I wish for. So here I have created a workout calendar for the month of August. I allowed myself 2 rest days on Friday and Sunday, and Saturdays are my progress check run. So you can see that I start with 0.5 miles, and hopefully by the last Saturday in August, I will be able to run 1.5 miles. So Mondays, I just have a series of exercises that I will be doing at full intensity and allowing myself 20 seconds of rest and just repeating those until I hit those 30 minutes in the green or above zone. Tuesdays are jog followed by rowing that I do using a rowing machine that I have. Wednesdays are a jog, a longer jog than on Tuesdays, followed by yoga routine using just an online video. And Thursdays, I also use an online video for a 30-minute HIIT routine. So I will make sure that I continue to see improvement by progressing my exercises. So if you start at the first week and then look at the last week, you can see that, for Mondays, I kind of up the amount of time that I'm doing the exercises. I up the number of exercises that I do. And a main thing, in addition to just increasing the amount of time that I'm doing the exercises, is for those jogs, no longer allowing myself to walk if I need to. I will try to jog the entire time. And another incredibly important aspect is that I will be warming up and cooling down every day that I exercise. And I've just included some warm-up options and some cool-down options down here. So I have a 5-minute run or some exercises or the warm-up included in those Thursday videos. And for cool-downs, I have a 10-minute walk or also a series of exercises. But I will make sure to do those warm-up and cool-downs every time that I work out. But I'm very happy with this kind of workout calendar that I've created and with the fact that this calendar, anybody can use it and you can always adjust it if you need to. It's just personal to me. And also that the fitness plan, how I've included the questions, so anybody can look at this and answer those questions. They can look at my answer and look at the questions and come up with their own fitness goal and their own fitness plan.